Alright, what's up guys? So, Midwest Safety has uploaded a video titled 200 IQ Cop Outsmarts Credit Card Scammers. The thing is this, if you out here trying to scam with credit cards, it's something where, here's the thing. I don't look at scammers as smart people, alright? Like, for those that, don't know, like in the content creating world, especially like on, Twitch and TikTok, I don't know what's up with it though, but I think a lot of people assume that, oh, because they're a streamer or content creator of some sorts, they want to buy art. Fam, here's the thing, alright? I'm gonna let people know right now, not all streamers is trying to buy some art. And I'm not trying to get paid for having you draw me. The thing, it's just weird at times. You have it where there's so many different scammers across, like, I mean, even with, like, Instagram, probably some scams going on YouTube, but it's like, man, people, you know, it's like, I just think of it as like, it's a dumb thing. You're trying to scam, I guess, like, yeah, if it's somebody that don't really know too much about the internet, but if it's somebody that's like, they spent, like, years, and I guess, like, you know, speaking for myself, I spent years on the internet, bruh. It's something where I'm like, yeah, I was one of those kids that was on, like, cheat code websites getting cheat codes for like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and seeing that banner thing talking about you just won $10,000, and this is me thinking this. I'm like, how many people are signing in on this website at the same time? And I'm like, are we all seeing this? I don't think I would just be randomly would just win $10,000. I'm like, this website doesn't even know who I am. I ain't signed in or nothing. I ain't getting no notifications. I ain't getting nothing in the mail. I ain't got nobody knocking on my door holding a big old giant check. It's just, yeah, it's stuff like that where I'm like, you can't get away with things nowadays. There's technology being, like, you know, developed every single day to prevent people from getting scammed. So, yeah, it's something, or it's just, you know, yeah, I guess people just having common sense. I mean, yeah, you know, at the end of the day, yeah, I have to say, like, there's been times where I got caught lacking, then fell for a scam, you know, video games, prime example. But, yeah, other than that, it gets to a point in time where it's like, okay, you know, let me go ahead and, you know, exit out of this or block this person or whatever. But anyways, but yeah, then you go like going out in public scamming, and it's like, fam, you got that time to be going around scamming? Get a job, bro. Get you something that can, like, you ain't gotta even worry about that. But make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Midwest Safety for more videos like this. And with that being said,
good evening. Who are you with?
Who am I with?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm by myself.
No, you're not. Somebody's driving this vehicle. You didn't drive over here by yourself. You're in the passenger seat. Still sitting in the passenger seat.
Okay.
Is that marijuana coming out of the vehicle? It is. Step out of the vehicle for me, ma'am. You got a medical marijuana card?
What marijuana? You see me smoking? Do you see a
Q, do you smell that marijuana coming out of the vehicle?
I can smell it.
Do you have a medical marijuana card?
You can smell it.
Coming out of the vehicle, do you have a medical marijuana card?
you know, that's one thing and I ain't trying to disrespect anybody that does smoke weed, but I feel like that when people, I don't know, maybe she just recently smoked, or it's just like the effects of, you know, when you smoke frequently, but people have like a unique way of acting when, you know, they underneath the marijuana influence and stuff, you know, they're like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I'm just, like, they're very calm, cool, chill back, relaxing things. They're like, bro, I'm just sitting here. Like, what do you mean? It's like, I'm not even, like, I feel like that's how, versus, like, I guess, like, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, there are probably people out there that smoke weed and they act just like me on how I'm acting in this video right now, but I just feel like people just got a unique way of acting when they're high or if they smoke a lot and things. But yeah, it's like, I guess, like, for me, it's like how I'm acting right now, that's how I've been acting in this body cam. They were like, oh, I smell weed coming from the car. I'm like, damn, you ain't smelling no weed coming from this car. I'm like, I don't know what you smelling. I'm like, maybe it's somebody in the area, but I'm like, yeah, you need to do a field sobriety test, drug test, whatever it needs to be. I'm like, you ain't getting nothing out of me and stuff. So yeah, it's something where I'm like, I guess if I'm hanging out with somebody that does smoke weed, I'm like, that is that person. They ain't got nothing to do with me. So anyway.
Ma'am, listen, I'm not arguing with you. Do you have a medical marijuana card?
But I'm not arguing with you either.
Do you have a medical marijuana card? In the state of Florida, I do indeed smell weed. I don't have to see it. I can smell it. This nice officer here can also smell it. Deputy First, can you smell the marijuana coming out of this vehicle?
Really?
Yes. That is 3, 2, 1. So do you have a medical marijuana card that is valid in the state of Florida? You don't? Okay, then step out of the vehicle for me.
also you need to, you can't just go out. Because I think it's different out here in Washington. I think you can't, well, I don't know. I'm not a weed buyer, but I think, yeah, you can't go to a pot shop and all you just gotta do is just show ID and just be like, yeah, it's like I'm old enough to smoke, and then you buy it. But I don't think you need a medical medical marijuana card to us, because yeah, there's friends of mine where I'm like, I look at them and I'm like, man, I know you ain't got no medical issues. I know you ain't got no medical card. I ain't calling out nobody, but I'm just saying, I be looking at some of my friends, I'm like, man, I know y'all ain't got no medical cards and stuff. But anyways,
ma'am, I'm not gonna ask you twice, okay?
Okay, can you give me a second?
No, ma'am, I've asked you politely 2 times. Can you please step out of the vehicle? Somebody that I asked to step out of the vehicle.
Can I help you?
You have your driver's license with you?
My driver's license?
ID, any type of identification?
Yes.
May I
Am I
see
in
it?
trouble in any type of way?
So here's the thing. You don't have a medical marijuana card. I can smell the marijuana emitting from the vehicle.
You can smell the weed coming from the car.
100%. I'm standing right here and can smell it.
Oh, really?
You are sitting in the vehicle.
Okay.
Do you have your ID with you?
I do.
Can I see it? Actually, I'm not even asking anymore. I'm going to tell you I need to see your ID. I have probable cause to ask for identification, so now you're going to provide it to me, or you're going to go in handcuffs, and I'm going to place you under arrest for failure. I've asked you 3 times, and you have not provided me.
Your request, though.
I'm not going to keep arguing with you. Here's where we're going.
With you. No, why are you?
100%.
Why are you grabbing
Because I've asked you twice.
No,
that's why them no nonsense cops where they are like, look, and that's how I would be if I was a cop. I'm like, I ain't got time to be out here. It's like, I'm asking you 1 time, I'm asking you 2 times, I'm asking you 3 times. You ain't hearing nothing that I have to say. All right, get these handcuffs slapped on you. Yeah, with me, it's like, I don't like arguing. I don't like going back and forth with people. It's one of those things where I'm like, I try to eliminate that. Yeah, and I feel like if I was a cop, I'm like, I ain't got time to be hearing all that. It's like, man, I can tell you as high as a kite right now. I'm like, the way you acted versus how everybody else is acted, I'm like, yeah, it's just, yeah, she got something going on. So, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, nah, ain't gonna be going back and forth with you. So, yeah, I'm like, about time I see the cop that's like, acting out how I would be if I was a cop. But
you go to jail for resisting, I promise.
Stop. You're saying me calm down.
Stop.
Just relax.
Because I've asked you 3 times for your ID.
You're relax, and
you're about to go to jail for resisting. I'm not going to keep doing this with you.
I'm about to go to jail for resisting?
100%.
You smell marijuana on me. The marijuana you don't see nowhere in the car.
I don't have to see it. I smell it coming from the vehicle. You do not have a valid marijuana card in the state of Florida.
Really? Okay.
Let the phone go.
No, I'm not letting my phone
Either you let it go, it's going to get broken.
It's going to break.
Get the f off of me. Get the f off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me.
She's fine.
I do not like how that
None of this is that deep. You got to calm down.
It is that deep. What are you talking about? You talking about marijuana?
Your compliance doesn't require this much effort.
My compliance doesn't come. He asked me to see my ID. I told him I was going to go get it.
No,
I
you
ended
didn't.
up getting
I said, do you have your ID? You said
and
yes. I said, can I see it? And then you got smart. I asked you again.
I got smart.
You got smart
also,
again.
You feel,
so
your feelings are hurt because I got smart.
My feelings are not hurt.
Really?
Right, I got a better idea.
I feel
You're going to jail.
I'm going to jail?
You are.
Where's my phone at?
Nope, you're going to jail. Stop resisting.
Get off of me.
Stop resisting.
I want a woman to handle me. Get the off of me. I want a woman to handle me. Get the off of me.
Put her in my car.
I want a woman to handle me.
You do know you're getting charged.
Hang on,
let me explain this to you. Let me explain this to you.
Stop talking. I want a woman to handle me. I want a woman to handle me. Let go.
Put her in the car.
Let go of me.
You should have seen how that guy that ran off, he was in there like at the registration.
Wait, so he said he was trying to get a pack carton of cigarettes?
He was trying to get.
He's credit card scam.
Yeah, he had a.
Yeah, so she wanted to play funny games with me. I asked her ID, so she's like, I don't have it. I said, you don't have your ID? She's like, I don't have a driver's license. I have an ID. So let me see it.
Right.
Then as I'm walking to the car, she hit me with her elbows. Put her in my car. So therefore, she's going to be charged with all of it.
Right.
And I'm about to search the car because there's marijuana in it. So I'm not going to keep arguing with him. He's walking down the road and he comes back. No, he's right there. He is coming back.
That's crazy though, to whoever the girl is, to the guy that ran off. That's crazy to just leave your peoples like that. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you gotta do things like that, then don't be doing it. It confuses the life out of me when people they get caught up doing something And then that's when they are like, oh, I gotta just ditch the scene, leave them to fend for themselves. And it's like, yeah, it's something where if you just went out and just did things the normal way, you wouldn't have to worry about, having to run from the cops. I'm saying, the thing is this. Anytime when I go out and about, and I've said this before, I don't go outside or go to stores and be trying to get stuff unless I got the money for it. If I don't have the money for it, you're not gonna catch me in the store. So yeah, you catch me in the store, and it's like, oh, he got the money to get whatever he needs to get. So it's something where I'm like, but anytime when I've been in the store and a cop walks in, whatever the situation may be, there has never been a time where I've been nervous and I'm like, oh God, no. I'm like, oh man, he's catching me doing something. And I'm like, no, because I'm not doing anything for a cop for me to be all nervous. A cop walk past the store, walk by me, they could be literally standing right next to me. I'm gonna throw my fist up for us to fist bump, go on about our business. I'm like, hey, how's your day going? Your day's going good? Cool, my day's going good too. I'm just sitting here trying to cop these new Jordans and stuff. I see you trying to cop the Jordan boots and things. I ain't trying to use the word cop like no pun intended. Play. Yeah, I've been there cracking jokes, conversating and all that stuff. Going about my business. All right, but there's never been a time where I've been out and about and I'm like, dang man, I hope I don't get caught by the cops and things. Only time that's the case is if I'm playing Grand Theft Auto. If I'm playing Grand Theft Auto, I'm gonna like forget what any cops is thinking. I'm blowing a cop car up. In game though, but on some real life stuff, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm following the law. I'm like, the thing is this, I ain't gonna go to jail following the law. So it's something where I'm like, and that's the thing. I know people have like ill things to say about that, but I'm like, it's one of those things. I'm like, yeah, if there's some like crazy minded cops where they're all like, oh, I got power over you, you listen to me, this and that, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's one of those cops where I'm like, yeah, I know you're gonna lose. I might not be the reason why you lose your job, but you're gonna lose your job at some point in time. So I'm gonna just tell you that right now. But other than that, if it's like one of them cool cops, we in there like, are out somewhere cracking jokes, talking, nodding heads at each other, I'm like, fam, I ain't got nothing to worry about. So anyways.
Hey bud, you might as well come back up here. I know you were driving this car.
I wasn't driving nothing. You can't prove
Isn't that the car you were in?
Yo, listen, number one, I know my rights, so listen.
Okay, well, I'm going to tow this vehicle because she's going to jail. So, is that your vehicle? Is that your vehicle?
There's nothing in my policy that says I have to call my vehicle.
Hey, Lee, don't let anybody get in this car. Lee, go grab him. Don't let him go over there. Nobody gets in this car. I'm done with it. Y'all want to play games? Trust me, we're on one today. Hey, do y'all have cameras out this door that faces this car right here? This white one? This white car. Do y'all have it? Yep, there is a camera. Can you pull that camera back to when this car pulled up? Hey, don't let him in the car. You're not going in the car. I told you that when you walked up. You're not accessing this vehicle. You said you weren't in it. You're not in it. End of story. Hey, find out if he come in this vehicle. If so, we need his ID. If not, then he needs to leave.
All I'm saying is, I'm gonna leave right now.
Yeah, because he gonna get in trouble
No,
when the
somewhere
cameras
else.
pull up. But that's the thing. It's like, I don't think he understands. It's like, okay, so you leave, you go home or go wherever. You ain't gonna get that far if you ain't got no car. But it's like, all they just gotta do is just get warrant out for your arrest, and then that's it. Like, they won't catch you right there in front of this gas station. That's crazy for them to sell knives, like, right there at the, I guess maybe it might be a Florida thing. I don't know. But anyways, but no, my thing is this, where it's like, they'll just go and get us a warrant out for your arrest, and then they'll just go and catch you while you at home. It ain't like you gonna get far if you ain't got no car. So
I just need, whenever this white truck right here pulled up, I just need to see who got out of the driver's seat. They have cameras. I'm about to pull it up, and then I'm going to come find you, I promise. He parked right in front of the camera, so I'm going to see him get out of it, and then I'm going to get his ID, because I know what happened. They're scamming the store is what they were trying to do with his credit card. That's why this is such a big deal.
And there's just so many different things where it's like you could do to make money and stuff. I'm like, the thing is this, and I'm not saying that everybody got to go down the path of being a content creator. That's the start right there, so at least, it's going to take some time. I know it took me some time to, get my first check when it came down to content creating, but times is different. It's like, literally, you could get sponsorships. There's so many different platforms you can blow up off of and things. Like, I'm saying, like, find find something that you could talk about and you could turn it into a whole content creating career. I had it where a friend of mine's, he's in the cars and stuff, and he was asking me about like content creating, and I'm like, bro, because he was asking, like, I think that's what he was worried about, is like, are people gonna be interested in that content? And I explained it to him. I'm like, fam, I've seen people get thousands of views off of eating a head of lettuce. I'm like, I've seen people get views off of doing TikTok dances where 100 other people then did the same dance and stuff. You talking about a rare car, a car where it's like, you don't see this car nowhere, like driving up and down the streets unless it's like going to a car show or something. But my thing is this, you got a rare car that you can make videos off of. People are gonna be interested in that content. All right, this is like a car you don't even see it in like racing video games where it's like, yeah, they'll have like hundreds if not thousands of cars in that game. You know, you don't even see it in like things like BeamNG or, you know, Assetto Corsa stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you trust me, you got a good thing going. All right, so anyways, I don't know why my camera just moved like that, but hold on for a second. Let me hold on for a second, because at times this camera, it'll just do some old random stuff. Give me 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Just had to, fix. I don't get why with my web camera, it's like I'll have my hands up at times. It's like I just be having to sit with my... And I thought I turned that feature off. I don't know why it'll do that, but anyways. But, overall, let's go ahead and get back into this video.
I know. She's like, there's no marijuana in here. There's also marijuana shake all over the thing right there. I guess she thought she was going to play some type of game. That's not going to happen.
Got money for weed, they ain't got money.
Here's all the rolling paper. Here's a rolling tray. But there's no marijuana in the vehicle. That makes a whole lot of sense to me. It's all right here. Here is more marijuana. Hold up, please. Somebody, they're buying all this from a dispensary. Hey, Lee, see if you can find an ID in there, because all this weed's coming from a dispensary. So either he's got a card, and he's playing the I wasn't in the vehicle card, so it doesn't matter. She says she doesn't have one, but she's also not providing any identification. So hold off on it. Let's find her ID first.
Either you're going to go or you're going to stay, but you need to make up your mind.
He's trespassing.
Yeah, you've been trespassing here, so if you come back on the road, you're going to jail. Thank you. There's a reason he left, but everything in this vehicle is packaged in like brand new stuff. Like they have acquired all of this stuff somehow. See, he's so mad that we're searching his vehicle. There's something going on that he doesn't want to tell us.
Did you find his license?
No, I found hers, but what I'm trying to verify that she does not have a medical card, because everything is coming from a dispensary.
Yeah.
So he's laid claims to not being in this vehicle is what he told me. I said, were you driving this vehicle? He said, you can't prove I was in that vehicle. I know my rights. I said, okay, fair game. So that is that. He is not a resident. He's not part of this vehicle.
Just people, they just forget about security cameras and stuff. It's like, bro, the thing is this. It's funny, I don't know. I feel like it's the opposite. Like, criminals don't be looking for security cameras. Meanwhile, it's like somebody that's not even committing a crime. I'm always like, look it up. I'm like, oh, okay, they got a camera. Okay, they got a camera over there. Things. Oh, they got a camera there. Like, dang, they got a camera on the floor too. I'm just saying. I don't know. Anytime when I go out places, it might look like a shady thing to do, but I'm just looking like, okay, yeah, they got cameras. Maybe I should stop doing that. Maybe I shouldn't, because it's like they'll probably be all like, nah, it was that guy that was looking at them cameras earlier and stuff if something goes down. But anyways, but I mean, like, yeah, if they don't like if I'm not actually there on the camera, like I said, I don't go out and about, don't be doing things that's gonna get myself in trouble. So but yeah, it's just like, how do you just like be that clueless to camera's existence? I mean, come on now.
He claimed that something's going on. There's a reason he distanced himself from this vehicle. When we first come here, he disappeared. Now he wants to hang out by the road and say that he was not in this vehicle. So they're checking the cameras, which is going to put him in this vehicle. Right. And if he comes back in this parking lot again, he's going to jail. Final warning. She decided that she was not going to go in handcuffs. Then, walking across the thing, she decided to hit me with her elbow, so she's going to be charged with that as well.
I know my rights, bro. You know how many times I've been sent you before?
Make sure you stay on the roadway, because you come to this parking lot, you're going to jail.
Yo, y'all being assholes. Nobody said nothing wrong.
Alright, there is not a medical marijuana card in this wallet, or in this purse. I'm going to give him the opportunity, one last time, to claim this vehicle. Hey, last opportunity. Were you inside this vehicle? Yes or no?
Trouble, bro?
Yes, a yes or no question, bud. Were you occupying this vehicle?
I understand what you're saying.
Were you occupying this vehicle? That's my only question. No. I'm not debating with you. I'm asking a yes or no question.
Remain silent, bro. You're not telling me nothing.
You're not under arrest, so I mean,
I have the right to remain silent.
then you have the right to walk down the road. But that vehicle's about to be towed, so I'm giving you the opportunity because I'm taking everything in it. So either A, were you in the vehicle?
It's people pulling up.
Were you in the vehicle? Yes or no?
People coming to get their stuff out.
No, they're not coming to
What
get it.
are
I
you
promise.
talking
Were you in the
about?
vehicle? Yes or no? Sounds good. Start walking. All right, at least search it. I'll be back up in a second.
It is like, it's funny when people, when they don't answer a question, I don't think they realize that that's you pretty much admitting that you were in that vehicle. Because if a cop approaches me and they're all like, hey, were you in this vehicle? I'm like, no, bruh. I'm like, that vehicle got like dog doo-doo all on the floorboard. I'm like, I at least would clean that. That ain't my vehicle. I'm like, nope, wasn't occupying that. I'm like, you could check. That's something I would say. I'm like, you could check cameras, you could check whatever. I'm like, they got a camera literally aiming right at that car door. And if my thing is this, I'll watch the video with you. If I get up out that car, then I'm like, oh no, I had a moment where I went temporarily insane, but I'm like, I guess it is my vehicle. But like, yeah, if I'm not coming up out that vehicle, then I'm like, okay, then I'm like, you gotta look for that person in that video, but that ain't me, and I'm going on about my business. But anyways,
Drooter.
No, I've just been talking to
Okay.
him, explaining what's going on.
I'm gonna read you something. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be against you in the court of law. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you? Okay. With those rights in mind, do you want to speak with me? It's a yes or no question.
What did you say?
With those rights in mind, would you like to speak with me?
Would I like to speak?
Yes, ma'am. Yes or no? Okay. Who is this guy that is raising all types of problems about this vehicle? Who is he to you? If you don't want to answer any questions, all you gotta do is say no. We can be done with it. Okay, I'm gonna take that as a no. She's 10-15. I'm not playing. Don, shut the door and come here for a second.
Officers were called to the scene to begin with by the store owner at this location. It turns out the store owner wanted to trespass the male who was seen in the body cam footage causing problems, later identified as Taylor. Once the officers arrived, the store owner requested the trespass on Taylor. The officer then asked Taylor for his identification, which he did not provide, and then the officer informed him of the trespass. Taylor then left the premises on foot, which is when the events shown in the body cam footage pick up. Later on, an officer made contact with the store owner, who stated the disturbance began when Taylor entered the store, attempting to purchase $548 worth of cigarette cartons.
What?
Taylor attempted to swipe a credit card, but the machine read canceled.
Why do
The
you
store
need
owner
so many
informed Taylor of
cigarettes?
this, to which he became very
like
angry.
540, like, bruh, that is the price of an Xbox and a play, was separately, but an Xbox or a PlayStation. It's like, that's something where it's like, okay, to a normal-minded person, it's like, ain't nobody gonna go up in no corner store and buy it. It's like, yeah, stuff like that. Nah, that's I guess like maybe if you own a store, then I feel like that'd be the only reason on why you're making that much of a purchase. But it's like, yeah, there's like 10 cartons of Newports, but he only had 5. So Taylor asked for those 5 plus 5 cartons of, yeah, that's just, dang it, ain't no way it'll cost that much for no 5 cartons of cigarettes. That's, maybe if it's like them big boxes, then okay, then maybe that might be the case, but anyway.
Taylor made the store owner swipe the card 4 more times, and the card still didn't work. The store owner also stated Taylor provided him with an out-of-state ID, which didn't belong to Taylor according to the picture. The officer then viewed the store security footage and observed the white Ford SUV pull into the parking lot and Taylor exit the driver's seat. Taylor was then detained as he was still hanging around the area and read his Miranda warning, which he stated he understood. Earlier, during the events of the body cam footage, a nearby homeowner in the area advised dispatch that a male matching Taylor's description was in his yard. An officer made contact with this homeowner, and he stated he confronted Taylor and asked him why he was sneaking around his yard. Taylor began making statements such as, "You're being an asshole," and walked away. The homeowner stated he then witnessed Taylor walk to the south tree line of his property and walk into the bushes before reappearing and walking back down the road toward the law enforcement officers at the store. The homeowner walked.
If you walking around my yard being weird and stuff, I'm like, anybody would, I'm pretty sure whoever this Taylor guy, the guy that was in the tank top, I'm like, yeah, bro, it's like you see somebody walking around in your yard, you gonna question them too. But
the officer to where he last saw Taylor in the bushes. The officer then located 2 credit cards and an ID under a log. It appeared these cards had been freshly placed there based on the marks on the ground around the cards. The officer returned to the store owner and showed him the cards. The store owner stated that was the ID Taylor provided provided him with, and he remembered seeing one of the credit cards while Taylor attempted to swipe them. The officer then made contact with Taylor, who was unable to provide him a valid reason for why he attempted to use the cards. Taylor was uncooperative and kept stating he knows his rights, and this won't go anywhere. Dispatch later advised the ID Taylor used returned with no record, which leads officers to believe it's fake. Taylor was placed under arrest for fraudulent use of personal identification information, and the female, Tiana, was placed under arrest for possession of marijuana under 20 grams and resisting without violence. They are innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Hey guys, I'm John and I sincerely appreciate you. Now honestly, I've always been interested in human behavior, and I've always wondered why people do the things that they do. And when I've investigated people, whether in a vehicle or on foot, I've always led with respect. But when the person began to lie to me, in all honesty, that respect slowly went away. Now, as we tune into the body cam video out of Lake City, Florida, the officer begins his investigation by asking a female sitting in the passenger seat who she's with. And keep this in mind, the officer is probably there investigating due to a radio call. And when she answered the officer's question with the question, it's usually a bad sign because marijuana has a strong smell. So he's asking probably because he can smell it. Now, if you were unaware, in the state of Florida, marijuana is still illegal unless medically prescribed. And police can search your vehicle because of the plain smell doctrine. And in this case, it can be utilized along with the other factors like the other officer smelling the marijuana, she's being evasive when being asked simple questions, she's also not presenting a medical marijuana card, and she appears to be under the influence of something. Now, with all of these facts plus the radio call, I would agree that this officer can investigate this young woman. Now, I know you guys had to notice how long it took her to step out of the vehicle. And in my opinion, I don't think it was because she was refusing the officer's commands. I honestly think she was just dazed. But as she gets handcuffed, she's actually confused. But this is why people get themselves into trouble, because all she had to do was give the officer her ID. And now here comes the possible driver of the car, and he claims that he wasn't in the car until the officer digs deeper in his investigation and finds quite a few packets of marijuana. And then we learn, according to the security footage, that not only was Taylor the driver, but he was inside the store attempting to purchase cigarettes using a card with a name that was not him. But lastly, this was an interesting case from the initial response of the officer to the arrest that was made. And I loved working alongside officers like this. And most officers know that these days criminals are getting more crafty with their scamming and their trickery. But as law enforcement and citizens, if we want to stay steps ahead of these criminals, we have to stay alert, be proactive, and stay educated. That's all I have for today, guys. Remember to be safe, and I'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, now, like, you know, people gotta stop with that scamming stuff. It's like, you ain't gonna get far with it. And, you know, I try explaining that to people on TikTok. They come off up in my streams talking about, oh, you want to buy some art that I could go and get on a website for free. It's like, yeah, it's just it's things like that where I'm like, yeah, you're going to have to make it make sense. Why would I pay you however much money you're going to ask for when I could go to this website and get that same exact art for free? I'm just saying, bruh. So it's one of those things where, you know, people got to understand stuff like that, but yeah, you know, you got some out there where it's like that. It seems like they get their mind so caught up with scamming that they just forget, you know, like just basic like just logic and stuff. But anyways, make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Midwest Safety for more videos like this. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.